What's going on, everybody? Are you looking for an all-wheel drive e-bike with geared hub motors in the front and back? I'm on one right now. Let's do a quick takeoff here, and I'm just gonna let the front wheel burn out. It's got some good acceleration. You can keep the wheel spin down, but here we go. That was a tire just doing a burnout. Because I am riding on the EMX Extreme bike from Fabulous. It's an all-wheel drive e-bike with geared hub motors in the front and the back. Each wheel has a 500 watt geared hub motor, and you can make it rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive using this red button right here. I'm in all-wheel drive, and it's got some really good pull in all-wheel drive mode. And I'm out riding for some inspiration since I just destroyed my homemade all-wheel drive bike. It was working fine with the direct drive on the front, but I tried to put a geared hub on and just annihilated the front end. So I thought I'd take a spin on an actual purpose-built all-wheel drive e-bike and just think about my plan of action from here on out for my bike, the Citizen Cycle bike, as we attempt to fix it. And a couple of you had said in the comments, you know, hey, reach out to Fabulous. They have the Road Warrior bike. See if you can get some forks from them. I actually had that same idea. I had already emailed them to see if they would give me a set of forks that they use on their Road Warrior, because they make a 26x4 fat tire bike called the Road Warrior, has dual 750 motors on it, and they've gotten it to work where it doesn't rip out of the front fork. So maybe those forks will work. So let me show you what I'm on. I'm on the baby brother of that bike, I guess. This is the EMX Extreme, and it's a 500 watt motors on it, not 750s, and it's like a BMX style bike. It is really cool. This is one of the sharpest looking bikes I've got. It's just such a unique look. You don't see the BMX frame style very often on the e-bikes. So this is a really cool, eye-catching look on this bike. I do like this bike a lot. The EMX Extreme. This is a dual motor. They make an EMX that's just got a single motor if you don't want the dual motor, but why would you not want the dual motor, right? So 500 in each wheel. If you said, hey, let's go out in the middle of the woods and just start off-roading with no trails, I would take this bike. This is to be the one that I would take. All-wheel drive power and the small size of it, I think, would be a huge benefit. And it's got this absolutely gigantic battery pack. I did a range test on this bike. I went like 46 miles without pedaling. And that was in dual motor mode at like top speed. It still went like 46 miles. It was crazy, because that's like a 28 amp hour battery pack, I think. It's huge. But I had a problem with my all-wheel drive bike. You know, the front motor popped out. You probably watched that video. But let me show you here how they do it. So you can see this front dropout is a little bit more heavy duty. Hopefully you can get a sense of how big this is right here. I mean, the fork I was using, this part was just tiny. This is, I'm going to say, like 4 times the size. I noticed when I was putting this bike together, because you have to put it on the front wheel when it gets shipped to you, I was like, wow, that dropout's really huge. And yeah, that's why, probably, to contain this beast here. This is only a 500 watt. I'm trying to use a 750. And they've upgraded too. This is not even the most powerful version of this bike, believe it or not. They make this same exact bike, same frame style, with dual 750 motors and a 60 volt battery system, and this is only 48 volt. So that bike is probably quite the animal. That's why I love Fabulous, because I feel like they think like I think. They go right to like, okay, what do people really want? What are people gonna do to upgrade the bike? And let's just do that from the start, right? So I kind of feel like they think like I think, and they make some beast bikes. This is not the stock rack. That's the one I use for my kid seat that goes on the back when I haul my daughter around. Believe it or not, I use this bike because I can just put it in single wheel mode, and it's very tame. It's very, very tame when you just got rear wheel drive and that's it, because it's only a 500 watt motor in there. And then it doesn't really get crazy till you hit the front, add the front motor. So she goes on the back with this bike. It's one of the, you know, and it's not crazy tall either. That's a good, but yeah, it's hard to keep traction in the front wheel. It just does a burnout. But when you're in single motor, let's just turn that off. It's very, very easy. There's the acceleration, single motor. So tame. Very smooth. It's like two bikes in one. It's like very calm and smooth with the one motor, and kind of outrageous when you add the two motor. And it's not expensive. That's the other thing. It's pretty cheap for what you get on this, with hydraulic brakes and double motors and huge batteries, and the finishes are nice on it. And yeah, sorry, I'm kind of gushing over this bike, but I do really like it. You know, Fabulous doesn't pay me to say that. You know, I don't take commissions or any money from e-bike companies, so buy it, don't buy it, whatever. I think it's a good one though. But we will see. I will let you guys know if they send me a set of forks, you know, that they use on the Road Warrior. I don't know if that would fit on a Rad Rover or not. I'm gonna keep doing searching on my own to try to find a set as well. I really want to build my own. You know, you can go out and get one of these right now. You can go buy a store-bought all-wheel drive bike, but I want to build my own because I want to accomplish that task. And the other thing is, there's a lot of benefits to the way that I'm gonna do it. And once I finish the bike and get it running and functioning, I'm gonna do a video that goes over the additional benefits of how I set the bike up. And there's a couple things about having the two different systems I'm running. You know, the front and the back wheel aren't connected at all, and there's some major benefits to that I'm gonna go over. I mean, it's done. It was done until I absolutely destroyed it. So all I need is forks. That's it. Once I get a set of forks, I'll have that bike back together in 30 minutes. Looky what I just found. Can't believe the gate was open. It's a paved, like, high school track. I guess this is a 400 track. It looks like 400 meters, yeah. Let's, are you ready for this? We're gonna do a quarter mile time. All right, gentlemen, start your engines. Let's get the clock ready. Clock on the screen. Quarter mile. Oh, we're in all-wheel drive, pedal assist 5. Let's see how fast we can get around here without killing ourselves. We'll take the corners a little bit slower. And 3, 2, 1, go. We're not gonna pedal. Whoa, let's baby it a little bit. My disc is rubbing in the front. You hear the front brake disc? Let's take the turn a little wide. I don't want to slip on any pine needles. Oh yeah. Home stretch. And time. All right, what do you think? Can we do it faster? Let's add in some pedaling and see how much faster it goes when you pedal. Let me get it to my starting line. We'll take the first curve kind of wide too. We'll start in like lane 3. All right. Clock on the screen. Quarter mile, pedaling. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I want my pedal to catch on the pavement while I turn, so we won't pedal in the turns, but we'll pedal in the straights. I need a bigger front chainring. Oh, we're gonna be faster for sure. Full throttle. I haven't released the throttle yet. Oh yeah, that was way faster. And time. Whew. I'm a little out of breath. There's never a shortage of things to do with an e-bike, right? Whew. No spectators, that I can see anyway. They would be laughing though if they saw me. What's that old guy? Some old guy on a BMX bike was just tearing up the high school track. All right, goodbye stadium. All right, if you haven't tried an all-wheel drive e-bike, it is a dramatically different experience. Once you're on one, you probably won't go back. All-wheel drive makes such a huge difference for acceleration and hill climb. It's crazy. And if I figure out how to build my own and it's successful, if I can have success with 3.0, I will certainly let everyone know how I did it and all the little special little things I was alluding to, all that stuff. I'll tell you all the parts I used and give you a parts list so you can try it if you want, but again, don't recommend it. And that is all I think for today. Whew, had a blast on the EMX Extreme, tearing up the high school tracks. I'll give you a final look at this thing, but check them out. They actually have a bunch of really cool bikes. Ooh, and I forgot to mention too, they have I got a lot of things to say. Okay, so the taillights on this bike, let me get a shot. Let me pull the brake. I don't know if you can see them strobing. It has double strobing taillights on it. It's really cool. But they have I did a video about how to sell 1 million e-bikes, and I went over all the stuff you had to have on it if you want to sell a bunch, and they have one that's really close. I think I might hit everything, honestly. It's a bike called the Havoc. They sell one called the Havoc, and as far as I can see, it has almost everything I listed on that list of how to sell 1 million. I mean, it had the power, the screen, I mean, everything. So that might be the bike. I might have to buy one of those to put my money where my mouth is and say, hey, I told you to build a bike like this. If there's a company out there that builds it, I got to get on it, right? All right, I think that's all for today. Thank you guys and gals. Even though no gals watch me, it's like my analytics say I think it's like 6% women that watch me. How do I get the ladies? How do I get ladies to watch? I don't know. Maybe they're not interested in e-bikes. Not sure, but thank you to everyone for watching, and do me a favor, hit subscribe if you like stuff like this. Talk to y'all later.